Also informed of the travel of one Mrs. Chinyere Ekwe and other 290 other students who were admitted to study medicine and surgery at the University of Nigeria Nsukka, but had their admission truncated on the order of JAMB for non-plausible reasons after they had completed admission processes and resumed lectures and also paid their school fees. Mrs. Ekwe in particular scored 291 in the 2009 UTME exams and 300 in the university post-UTME, which qualified her for the course and was subsequently admitted by the university, and she paid all necessary fees. Further informed that the said Chinyere Ekwe was transferred to the Department of Medical Laboratory Sciences on the ground that if her cumulative grade point is up to 4.5 points after the first year, which would have been transferred back to the medicine and surgery. However, despite the fact that she surpassed the 4.5 threshold, her admission status is still not yet certain as to whether she is duly admitted into a Department of Medicine and Surgery or Medical Laboratory Sciences at present.
2019, she wrote JAMB and scored 291, and also wrote the internal university exam and scored 300 as against 400, meaning that she is an intelligent student and is qualified to study medicine and surgery, having scored above the requirements of JAMB and the university. Consequently, she was given that admission by UNN. She paid her fees, resumed lectures, and have even written some exams. Amazingly, thereafter, she was asked to go to mid-lab, which she never applied for, and without any cogent reason. To us, we see this as a career fraud and unacceptable. And that is why, having exhausted all the internal remedies, the parents of this young chap had earlier written to the university senate, promises were made, but all to no avail. And that is why she ran to the Senate, being the voice of the voiceless, for her to be heard. And that is the ground of this motion. And I believe that the provisional admission procedures has been banned before now. Every admission coming from JAMB or the universities should be certain. It is either she's qualified to study medicine and surgery, or she's not qualified. The idea of hanging people's hope, especially when such people are qualified, and when such people have been given an admission only to turn around to swap the courses, is a crime as far as I'm concerned. And that is why we are calling on authority, the relevant committees of the Senate, to investigate this allegation. It's a very weighty allegation. This is not only affecting Chinyere Ekwe, it's only affecting over other 290 students of UNN. And I know what is happening in UNN may be happening in other universities. So that is why we are calling on the relevant committees of the Senate to invite the university, hear from both parties, and address this issue. Because this problem will destroy the future of our children. And I must tell you, as a nation, we may develop infrastructure and otherwise, but the best development we can give to ourselves and to our next generation is to give our children quality education. Thank you.
So, would you...
Let me tell you that this is the first time we have seen people like us in the Senate. And that tells you that something different will happen. We're not going to fold our hands. I will do everything within my powers as a senator and as a very senior member of Nigerian Bar to make sure that justice is served in this case. If it has been business as usual, This is a new Nigeria. This is a renewed Nigeria under a leader who is out to do things differently, under a leader who understands what is leadership in the person of President Asiwaju Tinubu. So if they have been sweeping others in the carpet, under the carpet before now, this is a renewed Nigeria. This is a new Nigeria. Things must be done rightly. If a child is qualified to study medicine and surgery, not minding his background, let that child have that opportunity to study medicine and surgery, because you never can tell what that child will be tomorrow. But the idea of the JAMB and universities swamping courses, killing, a choice of courses of our children will not be allowed. If a student is not qualified to read a particular course, don't admit him. Don't collect the school fees from that child. Send him to the proper department he's supposed to be. Don't admit him. Later on, you swamp the course for no just cause, because he has nobody, because their father is not a senator, because their father is not a minister. They won't do this to the children of the rich. They will do this to the pauper citizens of this country. And I am here to represent such people. And this is unacceptable. The university is invited to explain what happened. The young chap will also come and tell the world what happened. And thereafter we shall form an opinion. I have laid the foundation that internal remedies have been exhausted by approaching the university. The parents have approached the universities, done series of letters. The university admitted that the fault is from theirs and that the lady will receive admission letter the next day. But as I speak to you, that child is still being frustrated. They are responsible. But because UNN gave admission, collected school fees from the child, assigned the Department of Business and Surgery to the child, and told the child that her JAMB admission letter will soon come, all to no avail. So you can see conspiracy between JAMB and the UNN.